Hi everybody, this is Ghada Al-Sakit and we are going to start our pronunciation course. By the end of this course, you will be able to pronounce letters and words in a correct way. So, let's enjoy learning together. This course is designed to cover 8 different areas. You need to learn about these areas to understand the pronunciation mechanism and to pronounce correctly. We will differentiate first between certain concepts like letter and sound, vowels and consonants, and other things. Then we will learn some pronunciation rules. Also, we will learn about certain English features like digraphs and diphthongs. Other features like blending and compounding and stress and intonation also are included. We will pass by some tracks to sound like a native, and how do Egyptians destroy English with mispronunciation? Watch out, people can recognize you as Egyptian from your accent. The course will end with some important recommendations to reach out our target, to pronounce well. We will start this course with some important pronunciation tips that are going to help you to pronounce well. Number one, in order to speak well, you have to listen well. If you have ever noticed a child, he starts to learn how to speak by listening to people around him for 2 years. We will find after the 2 years that the child started to pronounce some letters and some words and to combine them together to make semi-sentences. And for that you have to listen. So listening is one important skill that is going to provide you with good speaking skills. So uh, what to listen to in order to speak well? You have to listen to English on the radio or TV. Listening to English people who are speaking in front of you always and all the time will train your ears. And also when you are trained well to hear or to listen to somebody, you can recognize words and sounds very well, and then you will be able to produce the same. You're going to be able to produce good letters in good pronunciation and good words in good pronunciation also. So listening, listening, listening. Listen very well because you are going to speak very well when you listen. I'm going to provide you with some resources to listen to. These resources are recommended to speak well. Number 2 tip, which I personally used, is using a mirror in front of you while you are speaking. You have to look to your face while you pronounce a word. When you look at your face and your mouth movement, your tongue, your teeth, all these things are going to help you to pronounce well. You have to learn the shape of your mouth and where to put your tongue exactly in order to pronounce the sound well. You have also to compare how do you pronounce things and the shape of your mouth and tongue and teeth while you are talking, and compare that with people who are talking also while you are watching them. Also, you have to look at the shape of their mouths, tongues, teeth. When you do that, you are be able to recognize how to produce the sound correctly. We might need some tools in order to make sure that we pronounce well. We need also to make sure that the air goes out from our mouth or nose well while we are pronouncing. So, in order to confirm that we are talking correctly or pronouncing a word or a letter correctly, we have to bring a piece of paper or even to use your finger in order to notice the air coming out of your mouth. Some letters need the air to go out, and some letters need to stop the air from going out at some point. So, in order to learn the difference between the different sounds, you have to have a tool, and this tool could be the piece of paper or even your finger. Observe your mouth. You have to observe your mouth, your teeth, your tongue at the beginning of your learning journey. And also observe the mouth, the tongue, the teeth of people around you speaking the same language. So you will learn how to produce the sound correctly according to the shape of the mouth or the tongue or the teeth. Break the word into smaller sounds. This is very easy technique called blending. It's different from the blending we're going to take later. How this technique works, we're going to split or break the word down into smaller units or smaller parts in order to pronounce each sound alone correctly. And then we're going to speed up a little. And then we're going to have maximum speed. Look at this example. The word potato. I'm going to break it into smaller units. Po-te-to. Po-te-to. I'm going to speed up a little. Po-te-to. Po-te-to. And then I'm going to speed up a maximum. Potato. Potato. So we will have 3 speed types. Okay? We are going to walk slowly, and then we are going to walk a little bit quick, and then maximum speed. 3 types of speed. Remember, please don't forget. Tip number 6, add the correct stress. What does the word stress mean? Stress means to add an emphasis on a word or on a part of a word. We add stress on a word because it's important, and we add stress on a part of a word because we are recognizing this word. How? If you listen to this clip of the famous movie Braveheart, you will notice how does this man stresses the word freedom. Freedom here in this context is a very important word, and he wants people to notice it. It's important for us to be free. We are fighting for our freedom. So he stressed the word, and he raised her voice in that word to make the word clear. And also, if we are looking at the word freedom itself, we're going to notice that we stress the part free. Freedom. Free. Freedom. Why? Because freedom is a noun, and always we stress the first syllable of a noun. Syllable is a part of a word. We divide the word into smaller parts, and each part is called syllable. So, freedom. We do not stress dumb because dumb is not important part. Free is the important part in the word or in the noun, and for that reason it is stressed.
That they may take our lives, but they'll never take our freedom!
Dumb is a suffix. We always do not stress any affixes. Affix is a part we stick to the word, either from the beginning or from the middle or from the end. Affixation system is there in all languages. Like, for example, in Arabic when we say akl, and we add an affix or a prefix at the beginning of the word, the letter ya. So it will be يأكل. We added ya. And sometimes we add at the end of the word a suffix. For example, wu. يأكل. So we have two affixes we have added to this word, the ya at the beginning to make it at the present, and wa because they are plural, they are a lot of people, so يأكلوا. It's the same also in English. We add a fixation and we call each part a different name. The one at the beginning is called the prefix, and the one at the middle is called infix, and the one by the end is called suffix. So here dom is suffix. We have added to free, to the word free. Free is an adjective, and we have added dom to make it a noun. We need affixes to change the part of speech of a word. We're going to talk about this later. But now it's important to learn that we stress the first part of a noun and we stress the last part of the verb. For example, when we say emphasize, emphasize. Also, we can say activate, activate. Note that we stress the last part of the verb. This tip is a little bit funny. Use tongue twisters. When you use tongue twisters, you will be able to concentrate more on similar sounds and you are going to be able to pronounce well. Look at this tongue twister and try it yourself. She sells seashells by the seashore. So the tongue twister here between two sounds and sh. Let's do it a little bit quick. She sells seashells by the seashore. Let's do it faster. She sells seashells by the seashore. Come on, try it yourself. Tip number 8, record yourself. It's important to listen to yourself very carefully to evaluate yourself. When you do that, you will learn about your drawbacks and you will try to fix your problems and find solutions. You will gain also self-confidence when you hear yourself and you find that you pronounce and speak well. We have two types of recording. You can record yourself as an audio or as a video. If you are a beginner, you need the video one because you have to look at yourself and you look to your face expressions and the shape of your mouth, tongue, and teeth while you are pronouncing. This is good at the beginning because you have to memorize how does the words or letters will be, or how your face will be when you are pronouncing these letters or sounds. Audio track is better if you are okay as a beginner and you are now in the intermediate level. If you are recording an audio, you are going to concentrate mainly on sounds of letters and sounds of words. So you're going to be able to understand the problem and the missing part of you or the problem that you have. Tip number 9 is very important. You have to listen to yourself and compare what you are saying to others. You have to compare the sounds coming out of you with the sounds coming out of native speakers. This comparison is very important to notice where is the problem. What is the difference between my R and his R? What is the difference between my S and his S? And here, if you are doing that very well, you are going to be able to pronounce correctly very soon. People who do not train themselves well in front of a mirror, or they do not take videos for themselves and look to themselves while they are speaking. Those who do not compare what they are saying with others are going to move very slowly in their course of improving. But if you are doing all these steps, you are going to shorten the time of learning, and you're going to be able to speak very quickly and correctly. Tip number 10, practice with a friend. Find a friend of you who wants also to learn English just like you, and try to practice together. Practicing is very important. You have to speak what you have learned. You have to try it out. When you try things many times, you memorize them. You memorize how you pronounce. You memorize how to say it correctly and in the proper place. And so, training is very important. Try to find a friend of you and practice with him or her. Speak as much as you can, even with yourself. Even if you are alone at home, try to speak to yourself. Even if you are going somewhere and nobody is listening to you, yes, speak to yourself. Try to express yourself in every event and in everywhere by speaking to yourself. If there is somebody around you, try to speak with him. If you have people in front of you, try to speak with them using English. And if you are alone, try to speak with yourself. Don't worry, you won't be crazy. Tip number 12 is very important. Read aloud. This is a wonderful and effective technique to improve your pronunciation. When you read, you do not bother yourself to think about the words or to think how to say something or the idiom of something or to put the verb first or the word first or the preposition first. No, you're not going to worry about all that. You're going just to concentrate on pronouncing the words correctly, because things are written in front of you and you just move your eyes. Your mind is not going to think and how to construct sentences or to construct phrases or clauses or whatever you're going to construct, but your mind is going only to concentrate on pronunciation, the correct pronunciation of these letters and how they are composed together to make this word. So reading is my most recommended technique to pronounce well and very quickly. Again and again, listen, listen, listen. You have the option to listen whatever you like, but you have to listen. Listen to the news, listen to a movie, listen to a song, listen to a conversation, listen to whatever you like to listen to, but you have to listen. I hope you are having fun while learning these steps to pronounce well. Try to use these 13 steps every time we take a new part and practice a lot. Don't forget, have fun.